Our story begins long ago, when the world was still young, wild, and untamed. The land and its oceans were rich with resources, ripe with opportunity, and held among them vast untold secrets waiting to be discovered. Seeing the truth of its untapped potential, the 10 lords met around a simple campfire and drew lines in the land, claiming territories to call their own. Dense jungles, forests brimming with beautiful flowers, vast mountains, and rolling plains were divided amongst these noble rulers. One among them, a scholar with a thirst for knowledge, founded a desert kingdom far to the north, gathering its people around him and seeking out artifacts rich with power. Follow now in his footsteps and witness the beginning of an empire. Hello everyone and welcome to the Empires SMP. This is a very, very exciting project, folks. Welcome on in and welcome to my empire. I have already founded a small town here. No, I'm kidding. This is what was here when we got here. I am in a desert kingdom far to the north, as the intro kind of explained. So what we got going on here is a bunch of awesome creators, all of whom you will be seeing shortly, all collaborating on a server to create their own empires, and eventually we're going to have peace treaties and wars and barter for resources and set up trade routes and all kinds of awesome stuff. We have so much planned for this server, and I'm very, very excited to show you some more of it. But naturally, we've started off, as you can see from all of the stuff in my inventory, with a couple of group collabs, getting some stuff gathered from mining expeditions and just kind of figuring out where we all are, getting those day 1 and day 2 resources together. I already have a little setup here where I'm smelting a lot of copper, as you can see. Copper is kind of going to be my thing on this server, I have a feeling. Like, I am more obsessed with copper, I think, than anybody else has really mentioned so far, and what I'm planning on doing is creating a desert civilization out here, which is going to be ancient, technologically advanced, ambitious, wealthy, and powerful. Right now, of course, it's a bunch of slightly, confused villagers, but I've been trading with a few of them to get my hands on the early diamond stuff, of course. Like, the other folks have been off mining for diamonds whilst I've been trading with a few villagers. But I want to show you guys some of the early stages, because of course we got together for those first couple of recording sessions. We all sat around a campfire, introduced the series, and then split off into groups and did some caving. So I want to show you guys a little bit more of that, along with how we got some of the stuff that I already have from the 1.17 update. So we're going to cut away to that, and then we'll probably do a little bit of building to start our kingdom off for real.
Whip, you lead the way. You're the leader.
Oh God, am I doing it?
The first among equals.
Yeah, what are we saying?
King of Kings.
You did this. This is yours.
Hey folks, and welcome to Empires SMP. We've got our friendship circle here. We are off to go forge our own kingdoms, and whoever knows what's happening next. I got no idea, but as soon as we leave the circle, all I know is it's frenemies from there, folks.
I think we should end this meeting by throwing Jimmy into the fire. And that seems like the only sensible way to kick this off.
I don't think he moves. I don't think he moves.
Oh, sad times.
Oh, poor guy.
Well, he can be here for a while then.
Jimmy another day.
See you later.
Let's leave the circle first.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
We're off.
Everybody get him!
Let's go.
Hunt him down.
Everyone grab the bamboo and run.
Oh my gosh!
Oh boy.
Already?
Yep.
That was quick. That didn't
Saw that
take
coming.
long.
This jungle is a death trap, but
Joel, you're an animal.
I got my first stone. Immediately a zombie just wanders out of a nearby cave, so I'm killing him with a wooden pickaxe right now.
It's a pretty big ravine that, like, although we're kind of doing it in first come first serve, it seems like everyone should be able to get something.
I'm already out of the woods. You guys can have the ravines. I'm off to forge my empire.
This is just gonna be an
didn't see you.
absolute chaos of a recording that I think I'm gonna get like 2 minutes out of.
Probably. Is it daytime?
No.
Yeah.
Nope.
You're crazy then.
It can be if anybody else has a bed.
Lag.
By our powers combined.
Nailed it.
Don't push me into it.
Oh God, no, you're dead.
Die.
Where is south? This way. This is where I need to go.
Bone meal makes
Wait,
noises
where
now.
are we at?
Okay, they could have chosen a better location for this desert village. There's houses built on like those areas of sand that you punch and it all falls down. Like
Oh no.
you could have chosen a better spot there, guys.
Oh my god, you scared me so bad.
I was stalking you for a little bit. Badger.
The haunting of Catherine Elizabeth.
I'm gonna be pranked all the time.
Oh, wait till we get proximity
Looking forward
chat.
to it.
I like the fact that that's a prank as well as just like walking near you. Those are the kind of pranks I can actually pull off.
So scary.
There is a cactus right in the middle of this guy's backyard. I don't know if that's intentional. He's just like, it's like a punching bag almost. He's just comes out there and just like, I need pain, and just smacks a cactus a couple of times.
I'm not gonna do much mining until then, to be honest. I want to be a little bit useless, so it's good.
I'm just getting enough to make some armor so I don't keep dying.
That was so much death at the start.
Yeah, it was.
It felt good though.
I loved
Yes.
it. Ooh, it's on.
I got one of the main things I wanted to get today. I have discovered moss.
Ooh.
Yeah.
That's natural?
The first
shipwreck?
the first shipwreck I came across had
Nice.
five moss blocks in it. So
Oh, I need to find one of those.
Oh, I
Can
need
you
to do some
bone
shipwreck
meal?
stuff.
Yeah, shipwreck's really important.
yeah, you can
Yeah,
you
yeah,
bone
yeah.
meal it, it spreads to stone, and then you just have like as much as you
I
want.
need that. I need that so badly.
Well, I mean, I might have something of a monopoly on moss at the moment. If anybody wants to trade.
Copper is soft, right? Though it could just be a really bad version of gold tools.
Gold
You'll get
tools
something
are
in
the really
return.
bad version of gold tools.
They probably thought of it and they're like, yeah, no one's gonna use it. No
Yeah,
point.
exactly. If it doesn't fit into the progression, if it's not like better than something else, then
Yeah.
no one's going to use it anyway. Got my first azalea.
Oh, come on! What's happening? Getting all the
Wait,
good
no
stuff.
way. I need to find one of those trees so badly. If there's one by me, I would cry. You can't actually like plant those, right?
You can grow them. Yeah, you won't find them naturally in the world yet, but you can grow the trees by bone mealing azalea shrubs.
Yeah, the little baby shrub. And they look so good though in
Like
the
the things that
flower
look like
pots.
bushes, those things?
Yeah,
Yeah.
the little.
You randomly found a bush in the overworld.
No, I
I
found
thought you had to make those.
I found moss in a shipwreck, and now I'm growing it from the moss.
That is so cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you find moss, you can just put moss down and just bone meal it, and then the
Okay.
moss spreads everywhere.
Yeah, I got four
that's
I got
so
4 or 5 blocks of moss from that shipwreck. I now have 39 with like 2 pieces of bone meal. It's so easy to make.
Is there no moss underground?
No, not yet.
Not yet.
So you can only get them from like chests and
Ship
stuff?
and shipwrecks, yeah.
Mm.
That's why I'm going exploring now. Goodbye. Okay, here you go, Gem. Enjoy a spyglass of friendship. Pix, here you go. And Flip, here you go too. Enjoy.
Ooh.
Please don't murder me or take over my
Wait,
kingdom.
that sound is so cool.
Optifine isn't out yet, but we have the next best thing right here. Look at this.
Face looks amazing, Pixlriffs. It looks amazing.
Thank you. I
Into your
moisturized this
pores.
morning.
Look at this. It looks like a thumbnail right there, Gem. Or your
Passage, I
profile
can see
picture.
right up your nose.
Oh, don't look in there, Gem. I haven't picked it in a while. Something lingering in
It
there.
looks so funny looking at people holding them. Oh my gosh, that's amazing.
These might not necessarily replace Optifine Zoom, but they're going to be so cool for roleplay. Like, you imagine
Oh, yeah.
a pirate ship full of people using these is going to be incredible. I think if I come home with all of these like extra goodies that everybody's handing out, I'm not going to have any room for like the resources we're actually going caving for.
Plan.
They're just going to fill me up with like pointed dripstone and spyglasses, and I'm just going to have nothing left. All right, Sausage, it's your cave, so I'm thinking...
Let's go.
Well, I guess we'll go left and they can always go right.
Yeah, let's do it.
Let's do it. Come on down.
You guys have torches, right?
Yep,
Yeah.
absolutely do.
And a bunch of wood.
Nice. Ooh, grow lichen. I don't
Gonna
have any shields.
Still grabbing a little bit of coal right now.
Is this your geode?
Yeah, this is my geode. Look at this. This
Wow.
is huge. This is
Yeah,
huge,
this is-
bro.
Yeah, this is like twice the size of mine.
I'm so happy they made copper drop more than
I don't
one
know, bucket.
item. Like, it drops, I think, between 1 and 3 by default without even fortune. I'm like, thank goodness for that.
Okay. Same with
Oh, that's
iron, I think, too, right? Or is it just copper?
I think iron just drops 1. I could be wrong about that, but with fortune it'll drop way more, so... yeah, I just want to run around on the amethyst geode the whole time. It's just
It's so good.
so-
That noise.
so pretty.
such a satisfying noise.
Jim hadn't killed a monster until now.
I think I killed a spider before we even started recording, so that was the first achievement I got.
Oh.
I just punched a spider to death. You got a couple of zombies on you?
Oh,
Oh, it's-
yeah, I had way more on me. I had 7 on me at one point.
Man, where are they all coming from? I swear, like, the other group
Like,
is sending
like
zombies in our
overload.
direction.
A lot of creepers in this cave.
Oh boy, that
heard that.
that was close
heard
enough to me that I
felt it.
actually felt it. Yeah.
Surprise! Yeah.
Oh wow. Okay. Yeah,
That's
that's
what
that's
I
like 7 creepers in one place.
Make one blow up and it'll kill the rest.
I'm just gonna try and get this skeleton to shoot one of them. I think that's. Yep. There we go. Oh,
I heard that.
I saw two of them. Like the bodies just flew out of that hole. That's so great. I love when mobs fight each other. It's the best. I think we need to have a counter on screen of how many times I get faked out by glow lichen thinking it's diamonds, because it's at least twice now.
Yeah, it got me. It got me so many times already.
Oh, I just remembered that after we've collected all of the copper, and I've got like tons of it in my inventory right now, you can turn it into raw blocks, and it saves space.
Oh, yes. You mean the bean block?
The bean blocks. Yes. The moldy baked bean block.
Yum, delicious. That bean block would go down in history. It'll always be a bean block, even if they change the texture. It doesn't matter.
I feel so bad for Jasper. So bad.
Yeah, I got a feeling deep down inside he hates it, but he does play around about it. But I know for a fact he hates that. He's like, oh, the bean block. I spent hours coming up with this. Oh, and pigs, don't you think I forgot? You know, we have a deep-seated rivalry that goes on for generations. And you probably don't even remember, but you killed my villager in Solid Vanilla. And I will never forget that moment where my boy Ulif got murdered by Ewan's Lloyd. So deep down inside, there's this hatred that I suppressed.
Yeah, don't bring up Ulif. Don't bring Ulif into this.
Please,
like,
please.
Let him rest. Let him rest.
Years of trauma. Years and years of trauma. Suppressed trauma.
Anytime a villager dies in this game now, you think of Ulif. Oh, first redstone.
Nice.
I haven't seen that yet. There's redstone in here?
I'm just gonna remove all of the redstone under Sausage's base, because...
Yeah, you can take it. I'm fine with it. You know? I don't need any blood splatter yet.
When we get together to do the dragon fight, everyone's gonna have to bring their spyglasses with them and get the achievement.
Wait, is there an achievement for
Yeah, if you look
spying on the dragon?
you've got to look at a parrot, a ghast, and the dragon using a spyglass, and that's 3 separate advancements.
Oh,
that's so good.
Cool.
Yeah, I am absolutely getting Silk Touch as soon as possible to get all of these different ore blocks.
Yeah,
I don't know why.
Cool.
I just want to collect them at this point. I really, really want some. By the way, I think I put this in the Discord, but just so it's on camera and anybody who needs to know knows, I can be bribed for pretty much anything if you find some emerald ore. That is,
yes.
and
Is it like?
it's only in mountains. Nice, great work.
Like diamonds.
Come on, we're so close together.
I was just going for some gold.
Old diamond is dead. Long live deep slate.
So is it emerald ore specifically?
Emerald ore specifically, because you can get emeralds really easy from villager trading. So I always silk touch any emerald ore that I find, and I just keep it.
Okay.
And so yeah, emerald ore is going to be like the thing that I covet on basically any server or any project.
And then you can make a beacon out of emerald ore.
I wish.
Different
Deep slate
chunk.
coal though.
Okay.
Ooh,
So weird.
double dark.
Yeah, you can barely tell because it's so the texture matches.
Yeah.
Closely.
And you're not really going to see it after this because in 1.18 it's not going to generate.
Oh, yeah, true. It's just it's a creative block.
Yeah. Same
Get
with
as many as you can then.
yeah, same with copper, same
Oh.
with I think deep slate emerald might be a thing in mountains.
Then that's gonna be like one of the rarest trades on the server. To get those.
Deep slate emerald ore is going to be like, oh, it's going to be so much to me.
Oh. You can trade your whole life for that one.
Your whole kingdom for a stack.
Honestly, yeah, if anybody gets a stack of deep slate emerald ore, I will give them my kingdom. I'm pretty sure. It's going to take you all season.
All right, we've gotten that on record, so...
I'll keep my eye out. That's fine.
Oh, I guess we're going back up now? by the
Yeah, I
sounds
guess
of it?
so. I guess so. I'm just going to
let's
finish
go.
mining out this iron and I will be there. Oh, I'm here. I'm here. Hello.
Hello.
Just
Oh
like
God, there's sand! Help me!
just dug up from the ground like a mole man.
We're all going back up with diamonds, right?
Not so much, unfortunately. I have a lot of copper and raw iron though, so
You've got beans.
You can combine those.
I got bean
Whoa.
blocks. I got bean blocks, baby.
That's
Beans.
awesome.
There's more where that came from.
Delicious.
But
We have butter. This looks like
Yeah, we got a lot
oh
of
heck
butter.
yes.
We got a lot
yeah.
of butter.
I thought those were baked potatoes too.
And we got a lot of calcite.
Oh
we
boy.
have
Yeah.
Yeah, we
many
got geodes.
So many geodes. Oh my gosh.
That's the hot
Yeah, I almost
commodity
robbed you
right there.
guys.
Yeah, I don't think I can sell that anymore. I put mine away because I came up to the surface once and put all my stuff
It's so
away.
pretty. Look how
Oh,
beautiful it is.
You know what? It's not only
got
is
a
it
bow and
pretty,
arrow.
it sounds beautiful.
No, don't shoot me down.
It does sound beautiful.
Oh, I have a bow but no arrows. I can't do it.
Oh, I've got arrows.
Yeah, it's gonna be a
Can't wait to
bloodbath
lose
later. It's gonna be fine. But for now, you know, when we're all living in peace, but you never know. One day something might happen, and someone might get their head chopped off. That's all I'm saying.
Let's
Well,
I think
At
at
least
least
I can bribe Pixel with emeralds.
yes, that is true.
I'm gonna buy his whole kingdom later on.
We've already got the contract has been outlined. I'm just waiting for Pearl to deliver. All right.
Okay,
Well,
this was good.
back to spying on each other from a distance, I think, right?
Yes,
I guess
let's
so.
head home.
Yeah.
Thanks, guys. This is
luck
great.
There.
Yeah.
All right,
Yeah.
off this way.
Let's go.
I'm in a
Until
hole.
next time.
Now get out of my kingdom.
Leave this place.
Sorry.
Leave
Never
this.
mind that we just helped you.
I'm rowing off with the panda. I'm taking the panda sausage.
No, my poor panda. He's my general.
So if that group recording taught me anything, it's that I didn't want to go mining for more copper without fortune, because having fortune 3 on a pickaxe was going to be the key to getting the most out of the resources in this area. Once again, remember, we are going for wealth and power here, so I wanted fortune at all costs, and eventually I was able to get some books from these librarians. We got a sharpness 5 trade, we got a mending trade, and this guy around the corner sold me fortune 1 books for 6 or 7 emeralds, depending on whether he was giving me a couple of discounts at the time. I was also getting a few supplies from the armorer over here, the toolsmith and the weaponsmith, so I've got myself a couple of diamond axes with efficiency 1 that I can combine if I want to, and of course a few extra tools besides diamond hose and so forth. But the one thing I wanted was a diamond pickaxe so that I could enchant it with fortune 3 and mending before I went on my next mining trip, and even ended up digging up my first diamond ore on the server. But unfortunately for me, my lead toolsmith, the one who was going to trade me that enchanted diamond pickaxe, ended up wandering off into a cave. Luckily for me though, zombie villagers stay persistent if they've been zombified after you've traded with them, so all I needed to do was get the ingredients I needed to cure him, and he would even give me major discounts on some of those diamond tools I wanted. The problem then became how I was going to de-zombify this guy without having gone to the nether and found a nether fortress. I don't want to rush too much of the progression here, but I did want this guy around, and so I recruited an entire village, another desert village in the nearby vicinity, turned everybody there into Fletchers, and I got myself some arrows of weakness. With that, all I need to do is hop up in front of this guy. I made myself a golden apple out of the gold I could salvage and a couple of apples I got from farming oak trees. I should just be able to tap this guy once with an arrow of weakness, and he starts curing with the golden apple. So we didn't even need to go to the nether for that one. Now we just have to wait for this guy to cure, and hopefully he should give us some pretty awesome trades. And there he is, one zombified or de-zombified toolsmith, and look at that, an efficiency 2 diamond pickaxe for 1 emerald. I will absolutely buy one of those before I let you loose, and just like that I broke my iron pickaxe as well. So I think it's time to reintegrate this guy into village society. Let's lure him out of here with the promise of a smithing table, and let's get him back to the surface. So we're going to be keeping this guy in the village. He's going to be our #1 trader, and at least for now he's going to be able to provide me with all of the pickaxes, axes and diamond hose I could want. Most importantly though, we've now traded with him for a diamond pickaxe, which means I can imbue this one with fortune and mending, and it will be by my side potentially for the rest of the season. We're going to be doing some very good stuff with that, and it means we can go caving with fortune and get a whole lot more copper. And of course fortune diamonds. We can get diamonds and stuff on the go as well, but like I said, I am looking to get the most out of the ores that you couldn't duplicate this way before. So iron, copper, gold, all of that stuff is now able to be fortuned, and I intend to use that to our greatest advantage. So before he decides to wander off again, I'm going to buy at least 2 or 3 more diamond pickaxes from him, and probably a couple more diamond axes as well. We've got a couple of diamond hose already, I don't need to worry too much about that, but we can also trade some more iron to him for low prices as well. Be super useful once we have an iron farm set up. All kinds of stuff that we can do now, and thankfully that guy has returned, and hopefully he'll stick around here. Well, it's lucky for me that trading with villagers gets you a ton of XP, because I have a whole lot of combining to do. We'll combine those two to get fortune 2. We combine both of those to get fortune 3. We need to add mending. on top of that, and now, 15 levels. Okay, I am going to need to do a bit more trading before we get this bad boy up and running. Luckily, I've got the budget for a few more fortune books. We can use those as backups just in case we need to make another fortune pickaxe at any point. Accidents happen after all. And I'm slowly but surely getting a diamond set of armor together from this armorer. So far I have the boots and the helmet figured out. I think we'll probably disenchant those with the grindstone once we have a full enchanting setup. But for that, we need to go and acquire some raw diamonds from somewhere. There we go, finally. Finally, I have like 2 levels left. But finally, we can go mining with Fortune 3 and get as much copper and iron and gold and diamonds as we hopefully richly deserve after all this effort. And notice, by the way, that my copper throne here, it's not really a throne, my kind of copper area that I've just been laying out the blocks so they can age. 1 block has aged so far. Hopefully the rest of them will follow, but this was not the first block I placed, nor was it the last. So the copper aging thing is really randomized, and hopefully we're going to see... Oh, hello. I got in a hole with an iron golem. Hopefully we're going to see a few more of these age pretty soon, but they're only going to age when this area is loaded in. So I'm going to have to stick around if I want any of these to age permanently, and we're going to have to sort out some kind of bee farm. But I'm going to head away from the village a little bit so that I'm not just loading all of my villagers in while it is night and subjecting them to all of the husks and stuff that are going to spawn around here. And I'm going to find a likely cave. I'll probably do about an hour's worth of mining for copper and iron and everything else, and we'll see how much stuff I come away with at the end of that. So after a solid hour's worth of mining, I've come back with a lot of stuff. Let me tell you, it is possible to get a huge amount of iron within an hour's mining if you have Fortune 3 now, and that is a very good thing. I'm basically halfway to a tier 4 beacon base at this point, but not like I have the beacon to do anything with it. And I got a handful of other stuff, found a couple of geodes, so we're going to be getting hold of some of that stuff. Not certain if I'm going to build with any of it yet, but it's certainly fun to have. Ton of coal as well, decent amount of redstone dust, an axolotl in a bucket, which, yes, cannot be overstated, and I've now started smelting all of the copper, because I need to turn this into blocks as soon as possible to start aging it. You can take a look at the kind of stand that I built here, this sort of like throne that I've been standing on, and only a few of the blocks have really started to oxidize yet. This stuff takes a long time to weather in survival, not least because I'm definitely not in the spawn chunks here, and it's not going to be loaded constantly. But I also think because it ticks on random tick the same way crops do, a player has to be nearby in order for the stuff to oxidize. So you basically have to babysit copper, I think, in order for it to oxidize, which means I'm going to have to be hanging around a whole bunch, which is why I've taken to fishing. Fishing is going to get us one of the other major things I want for this whole build style, which is Nautilus shells. Because, of course, with the shipwreck that I found the moss blocks in, I also got a treasure map, and that means I already have a Heart of the Sea, and that means I get to make a conduit. This might be a really silly idea, but I want this civilization to have a lot of conduits, a lot of weird, like, floating, almost mystical light sources as sources of power is kind of one of the aesthetics I have in mind for this desert civilization. So we'll see how that goes, but I've basically been fishing for Nautilus shells until I got myself a decent fishing rod, which yes has Curse of Vanishing, but it's got enough of the other enchantments too, and I'm not planning on dying holding it, so hopefully it will stand the test of time. And in the meantime, got myself enough Nautilus shells for 1.5 conduits, so progress is being made. But I need to do a bit more off-camera grind just to get hold of a bunch of sandstone and stuff, because of course we're working out here in the desert, and a lot of my build style is going to rely on building with sandstone. I'm also going to be doing a lot of terraforming with moss, turning the desert into a more fertile land and spreading the moss around the base of the build so that, like the grass patches here, they actually stand out a little bit instead of just blending in with the landscape of the sand. The sandscape, if you like. So I think we're going to spend a bit more time grinding for materials here, and then we're going to finally build the starter house for this civilization. Before we do that, though, there is one more task on my list, and it involves returning to the abandoned mineshaft I found on my caving trip, because one of the other lush cave blocks that we cannot get naturally spawning in the world, naturally generating in caves right now, is glowberries. And I really want to use those cave vines that grow glowberries in some of these builds, once again, to kind of give the impression of a bit more of a fertile environment, and kind of hanging plants and that kind of stuff are going to be super fun, which means returning to an abandoned mineshaft and searching for them in a mineshaft chest. So I'm going to head back out to that mineshaft and let's see if we can get hold of some glowberries. Hey folks, welcome back. I hope you enjoyed the time lapse, and I hope you enjoy this starter house build. Starter house in inverted commas, of course. This is going to age, and that's the exciting thing about this for me, is that each of these rows of copper blocks in the creative version of this house that I built in my creative test world is going to be a different age. Like, they're going to start as copper in the center and then become the exposed, weathered, and oxidized versions outwards in a gradient. You can see that the stairs up there have already started to age, and in the center there, a conduit as a light source. Right now, this interior does not have a whole lot going on, but I think it's going to provide adequate room for me to use this as a base for a good long while. And I think we're going to build out the town from here. I'm not certain if all of the town houses and stuff are going to have individual uses, but I'm working on aesthetics here. I'm thinking we're going to have a pretty sizable townscape out here. And this is quite a distance away from the starter village. It's kind of more in the center of the desert, and what it has is this sort of central island that is looped around by a river. It's not a full island, more of just like a kind of, you know, an outcropping of land in the middle of this river, which, as you can see, kind of comes around the other side and hits that plains biome and then sort of winds off into the desert. And I want to have a lot of the start of this settlement here, but I also want to expand across the rivers and make bridges and do all kinds of stuff around here. So this is going to be a really building-focused series, and between episodes, hopefully I'll be able to come up with some house designs that we can build on streams or on videos, and we're going to come up with a pretty large civilization by the time this server is a little bit older. So obviously we're waiting for the copper to age right now, and I think that's probably where I'm going to wrap things up for today so I can get this video edited and out to you. Really excited about how this series is going to go, and I hope you're excited too. Don't forget to leave a like on this video if you enjoyed it, subscribe if you want to see more, and I'll see you guys soon. Take care. Bye for now.